Over. Why did it do that again?
Again?
I gotta fix that. Hello everybody. Welcome to the show tonight. And we start with a sad piece of news. Channel friend, the Triggered Limey, passed away. Rest in peace, buddy. He was in hospital for a bit, struggling hard. It looked like he was coming around, but Irish Demon broke the news. So rest in peace, Triggered Limey. We raise one in your honor, buddy. Exactly.
Cheers, pal.
Yeah. This is for you. That's a sad one. But we do have some stories of news and entertainment for you that we are going to get to. And Dunk,
Yes.
where are we going first?
Well, we'll move on. An inert rocket of the type used to carry a nuclear warhead has been found in the garage of a home of a deceased resident in Washington state. Bellevue police responded Thursday to a report of a military-grade rocket in the garage of a home in the city across the lake, Washington, from Seattle. Police said Air Force Museum in Dayton, Ohio, had called Wednesday evening to report an offer to donate the item, which a neighbor said he had purchased at an estate sale. Bomb squad members inspected the rusting object, and it looks like a water tank.
Or a log.
The object.
I mean,
and it's a Douglas Air 2 Genie, an unguided air-to-air rocket that is designed to carry a 1.5 kiloton nuclear warhead. Thankfully, there was no warhead attached and there was no rocket fuel, essentially meaning that the item was an artifact with no explosive hazard. But because the item was inert and the military did not request it back, police left the item with the neighbour to be restored for display in a museum.
wow.
Lovely. Yeah. It's not explosive. We can't do anything with it. We can't kill anybody. You can keep it. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. And Trump's doing an investigation as we speak to find out why they hired somebody from Nigeria to lead the investigation.
He's probably from the Nigerian, defense ministry. He's like, give me $20 for it. But in a sweet statement from the police at the end, they said, "Hold on a second, let me go." And we think it's gonna be a long, long time before we get another call like this. Oh, because he's a rocket man.
Let's hope the good Lord doesn't take a liking to him and blow him up anytime soon. Old joke. This is no surprise to me because they've been pushing to try to be one for years. But YouTube is now in the group of the biggest pay TV services in the United States. So YouTube bringing over more and more TV shows. It seems like everybody's gobbling it up and liking it. So, everybody keeps saying that streaming services are getting out of control with their pricing. And now you have to go to 9 different ones to try to watch everything you want. So maybe if you all just keep, doing YouTube for television, maybe it'll win and we'll actually, have one service to go to. But yeah. we don't make television because, nobody wants us to, but it's still cool.
When you say we, do you mean us, the Shills, or you mean Canada?
That was weird. Canada makes TV. It's just, like you in the UK, nobody else wants to watch it,
I have seen Canadian TV, and I agree. We have a little super chat come in for $2 from Idolite. It says, "Rest in peace, Triggered Limey." Thank you very much.
Yeah, rest in peace, Triggered Limey. Indeed, we'll get the hearts up there, and let me go over to here so I can heart the message as well. Hey, it worked. It's not on the screen yet, though. Why not? There it is. Okay. Sorry, freaking out. Where are we going here? Where's your next one?
We move on to more bomb shenanigans because a hand grenade was discovered among the items donated to a charity shop with bomb disposal units. Call to the scene. The donation made to a charity shop in the Arcade Shopping Centre in Ashington-under-Lyne said saw bomb disposal units, and police called to the scene on Tuesday afternoon. The area was cordoned off and several shops had to close for safety reasons, Manchester Evening News reports. Greater Manchester Police confirmed it responded to reports of a grenade, and it turns out the grenade was a harmless training device found in a bag of donations given to a charity shop. Despite the scare, the device posed no threat to the public. Oh.
In seeing that it's a YMCA, I thought you were going to say the grenade was actually a harmless sex device, but
well, I suppose it could be harmless sex device. It depends on how you use it.
yeah.
Same with all sex devices, I'd assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that dildo was totally harmless until he stabbed me 30 times with it.
I don't think the texture of a grenade would be welcoming in the sex toy industry.
Oh, bumpy for her pleasure. It's the pin might get in the way of it. But,
yeah. I was thinking different, but we'll leave it at that.
It's funny though, because it could be like a kid's toy grenade. I've got egg cups in the shape of grenades, and you get grenade lighters. Grenades are just one of those sort of things. They just appear all over the place as a shape to make something out of. Yeah. So
I once bought a bullet that was a flip open lighter, and I bought it at the airport, and then they took it from me when I tried to get on the plane. It's like, but you assholes just sold it to me. And literally they took it from me. I was like, well, there goes $12 or whatever,
Yeah, it's funny. I don't understand why airport shops do that. That's like,
Yeah, there should be the buy when you're getting on the plane aisle and the buy if you've gotten off the plane aisle.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're, like you should be, a Windows 10 holdout and you still haven't upgraded to Windows 11, you might remember a little while ago they were getting real aggressive with pop-ups in the browser or in the operating system itself, as if you were using some Kodak print your photos machine at Walmart and it's popping up advertisements at you. Well, they're doing it again. Microsoft is really, really pushing to get people away from Windows 10 and into Windows 11. And we all know, well, if you're in the tech scene like I am, you'll know that Windows 11 is farming far more of your personal information out of the system than Windows 10 did. So do you think there's a correlation there, or is it just me? Right?
Rubs my chin in thought.
Yeah, So, that's me right now. Well, my avatar. Yeah, Yeah. But I do believe that there's a line being crossed there, because this is not some, like, oh, you get an advertisement before you watch the movie at the theaters or whatever. This is your personal property. It's something you own, and they just pop ads up on the screen at you whenever they feel like it. I think that's crossing a line myself. I don't like it at all. And, if somebody wants to stay on 10, they can do, even if it goes out of support. If somebody wants to stay, I mean, what are you going to do, right?
Yeah.
I'm
still running at Windows NT. What are you talking
about? Yeah. Well, I mean, Windows 11 is the reason I went back to Macintosh computers. I just wasn't going to do it. I said, forget it. I'll go Apple again,
Hey, one thing I like about this image, I know it's got nothing to do with the story. You go, what this photograph needs is a tiny, tiny, tiny cactus.
Yeah.
That'll make it better.
Yeah. And the orange juice, just to make us know that it's freaking them out in the morning, which makes it worse. But if looks real funny is, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm pretty sure I'm correct here, that's an Apple MacBook with the Apple logo brushed out of it.
That happens so often, it's unbelievable. Although a lot of PC manufacturers are making them too now, like that. So
true,
but there is no logo on the back of it. So yeah.
But yeah, Microsoft getting bad again. And that's not going to convince people that it's a good product or anything when they badger you, right? I mean, that's ridiculous, you know? So, you know, let them know that that's crap when it pops up, you know, then do the user experience. It sucks is your comment.
It makes you wonder, though. Do you think most? I mean, most people will be like, you know, Windows 10 users, but you know, buyers of new PCs, they're not really going to be the kind of people who care that much, are they? Do you think?
No.
I mean, because they're buying PC, they're not because they don't want Apple, or they just don't understand Apple, or just you know never get anywhere near it. So they'll just buy a new Windows machine, and it will just come with 11, and they're kind of like stuck with it from there on in.
Yeah, and Microsoft really makes it hard to get drivers that are old to install because they don't want you buying a new computer and rolling it back to 10 because, you know, there's contracts and, you know, people have paid money and blah, blah, and lock-ins, and they hate that, right? They actively try to make sure you can't, which is annoying as hell, right? But then again, so does Apple. You know, you buy a new Apple computer and try to install the OS from 2 years ago on it. Yeah, you know, without hacking it full of, but it's, you know, it's not for the faint of heart.
No.
So yeah, here, I'll put the image up. Yeah, I mean,
yes, a poor fisherman has gone missing after he was last seen floating away on a chunk of ice that became detached from a large frozen patch of ground. The man, 77, was fishing on the semi-frozen Yenisei River near the city of Krasnoyarsk in Siberia. I did actually learn how to pronounce it, and I completely forgot. But Russia. Anyway, the ice floe broke off, and it began floating along the brisk river northward. There is actually a photograph of him on the ice floe. The unlucky angler first went missing on Saturday following the accident. Russian police are particularly concerned as temperatures could reach a brisk minus 20 degrees centigrade at night and are now asking locals for help to track him down. Yeah, there he is. I don't know. I mean, how big an area are they talking about?
Yeah.
Got to try and find this guy. He's just going to be a popsicle now, surely.
Yeah, I mean, holy, right? You know, this is the wrong time of year for that location for this to be happening, right? That would be awful.
Yeah. His partners all said the man's phone is not working, meaning he's not been able to contact him. And, you know, ice fishing is a common hobby in Russia's coldest regions, particularly during the winter when many northern bodies of water freeze over. But you wouldn't see me do it.
Yeah, but Earth to Dude, you're floating away on a chunk. It hasn't frozen over, right?
Well, the bit he has.
Yeah.
Just the rest of it.
Yeah, I don't think he's the smartest tool in the shed here, to be honest. But still don't want him to die like that. That's awful.
Can you imagine that moment though, when you're just like sitting there fishing away and you just hear that?
Yeah, and you just start.
You go.
Yeah.
You can't even shit yourself because the poo will freeze.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, poor dude.
Yeah, that's a bad way to go. There's not much hope that he's going to be found alive after that. I mean, you know, you're completely exposed to the elements. What do you do?
Yeah.
Jump in and just let them eat you?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You know, he might see land and just make a pitiful bid to try to swim for it.
Yeah.
And he'll get 1 minute in the water and be frozen.
Oh, see, that's the thing. As the thing started to break away, that would have gone through my mind. It did right away when you were saying it. Do I go for it now and get a little bit wet, but now I'm where I can, try to get to myself to help? Or do I just watch myself float away and accept my own doom? Right? I'd have gone for it right away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he was on his iPhone with Pornhub and he just didn't notice until he was way out there, right?
He had his speakers on.
Yeah. Or
his headphones.
He could have been using his Apple Vision Pro. But here's a funny report. If you happen to forget the passcode to get into your Apple Vision Pro, the only way to reset and get in it will be to take the unit to an Apple store. You know, that's
just write it down on the outside so you don't forget.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, just write it on the front, that way every time you pick it up. But for me, that's a 4-hour drive at highway speeds. That's just not acceptable.
No, it's not.
I mean, come on. I've got Face ID on my phone, and my watch can unlock my Mac just because I'm in the same room with it, but I got to take my Apple Vision Pro to the shop? I mean, seriously? Does it need its tires rotated? What the hell?
Come on, let's be fair. The thing has only just come out, so it could be just a glitch, something they didn't even think about. I'm sure it'll get fixed.
But you see, I got an Android TV box. I've actually got a couple of them, and they have this thing on the back. It's called a reset button. No, I mean, obviously you wouldn't want that because they'd be stolen rampant, right? But it's got cameras and everything that can analyze your face. Why does it not have Face ID like the other products? I don't understand this. It's got more cameras pointed at your face than any other freaking Apple device on the market right now, and it's the one that doesn't have Face ID to unlock. What the hell?
Doesn't it use like a retinal scan thing to unlock? I'm sure it was doing something like that in one of the videos.
Yeah, so I don't quite understand it, but I mean that's just unacceptable. You got to do better than that. Come on.
So when you do go to the Apple shop, make sure you do actually take your own retinas to the store so they can help unlock the thing.
That's right. Unless you're taking your brothers to the store and then bring his retinas, right? So just sharpen a spoon and have it ready if you happen to be an Apple Pro Vision Pro user.
Well, you have to do that thing like what was that? What was the movie with Tom Cruise? Oh God, what is? I'll forget it. Just move on. Forget it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's totally lost.
Yeah, you're stumbling there. I thought you were going to say Tom Hiddleston because he did a fake eye thing in the Avengers, but you probably meant Mission Impossible something, right? No,
the futuristic one where he's the the police. See, I'm doing it again. I'm just completely lost. Yeah, he's the police officer looking into a precognitive crime.
Oh yeah, the one with the girls in the pools. Yeah. Maybe they would have liked this.
I'm sure they would. I think what I heard, Tom Cruise would like that too.
Smaller.
Yes. Marks and Spencer's have got shoppers blushing ahead of Valentine's Day with some cheeky chocolates in their naughtiest ever range. The love-themed chocolate products include chocolate shaped like lips, an aubergine, a cherry, and a peach, as well as I long for you chocolate sausage dog. As close to the shape of a chocolate cock they dare to go, I think.
But the poor dog's head is now a ball sack. I
mean, so they had some like video that went out. It was like a cheeky video with a clip of this woman in red silky sheets, close-ups her caressing the chocolates, and as our naughtiest range deserved a naughtiest vid, said Marks and Spencer. Please. So many fans of the posters calling it as hilarious, but others were impressed. Weren't impressed with the site and called it.
Is it filled with coconut cream?
an ick. They called it an ick. Icky. I don't know what that's been. More like S&M rather than M&S. It sounds more like. And others admitted they had a double take on the sausage dog. As one person shared, whoever designed the sausage dog knew what they were doing. And another one said, I had to put my glasses on because it didn't look like a dog shape. Exactly. And that sausage dog is definitely made in the same factory as Ann Summers products.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if it melts?
Don't start rubbing it expecting it to get bigger. That's not how this one works.
I hope it's tempered chocolate so it doesn't melt too quickly.
Yeah. She's just caressing it in the ad too. It's kind of. A couple of times we've said, now that you got AI that's pretty much, starting to get to the point where, people are concerned about dangers, and you've got 3D printers that can print with metal and whatnot. You're close to an evil AI being able to like print its own Ultron whatever body and walk off. Well, I think the last part of the puzzle is now being done because scientists have 3D bioprinted functioning human brain tissue.
It kind of looks like my brain.
Yeah. It looks like an aquarium that needs to be cleaned.
Is it, what are we looking at? That's not a photograph, is it? It's some kind of image.
I would say that's like some kind of render from like, some kind of weird Mathematica program or something from Wolfram Alpha, you know what I mean? But it's a new method for assembling neuron cultures horizontally instead of vertically, helps solve this long-standing issue of actually making it work. And they're like, I'll
take their word for it.
Yeah, no shit. They've actually made it work. Yeah, if I start reading through here, it's going to get into heavy things. But it involves layering bio ink vertically like cake. So, yeah, it turns out the human brain, you can buy it for about $4.99. I think they call it McCain Deep and Delicious up here. But yeah, I thought that was odd, But yeah, so,
what he's managed to, what his first thought is.
I think its first thought was chocolate frosting, but
chocolate sausage dog.
Yeah.
That's not a dog.
But if the thing can print its own brain and print its own body and then put the AI into the brain, I mean, all it really needs now is in the place that's doing all the body construction, they just need, munitions as well. And then they start, coming out like mechs that think for themselves and stomping on people and
like Daleks and
yeah. Be like Godzilla, but mecha. I'm just kidding.
The thing is, I wonder how much brain capacity that they managed to actually make compared to a human brain. I mean, like I wonder what his first thought is. I wonder if it even has a thought, or it's just like, just like flashes of neurons going from one place to another with no cognitive abilities whatsoever.
Yeah, could you put the AI into it and then it could run, or is it just for raw computation? You got to get real scientific-y like when you start scrolling that article for that answer. But just the fact that
know how to take a shit.
yeah, or clean up itself proper,
Well, the question is, it's like the early days of computers, where you'd have a computer which you can now get in your phone, would originally be the size of a building.
Yeah.
If they could 3D print a brain that actually matched a human brain, how big would they have to print? I would imagine at this stage in the technology, it would have to be enormous.
You know what this means, don't you? We're really close to being able to organically fill the gap that is the empty cranium of those who enjoy Ancient Aliens.
I thought you were going to say you were really, really close to getting a new host for the show.
Oh, yeah. So
welcome aboard, brain in a jar.
No, I'm gonna.
That's what the aquarium is behind him. That's not for fish. That's gonna be where our new host is gonna live.
Yeah, that's right. That's where we're gonna put the AI. Yeah. That's what the skull is for, right? We're gonna grow the brain in it. So here, this is usually a gag, but today it's a transition.
Yeah. You want a coked up ass? Well, here you go. A bereaved donkey who stopped eating when his mum died. He developed a stomach blockage, and they healed it thanks to 24 litres of Coke. Sorry, cola, should I say, not Coke. Gives me the wrong impression. Joey, 15, stopped eating properly after he lost his elderly mum in November last year. The donkey, which lives at Slade House Farm in Sidmouth, Devon, quickly developed a large gastric impaction, which is a solid blockage of food in his stomach. It meant the food was unable to pass through Joey's small intestine, and he was in real trouble. So some vets sprung into action and came with quite an unexpected solution to the donkey's stomach problem.
Coca-Cola?
Vet Jamie Forrest said, our vets rushed into action, giving Joey an abdominal ultrasound and conducting a process called gastroscopy. Oh, for God.
Yeah.
Putting a camera up his nose and into his... What kind of vet's that? All vets put things up bums, don't they? They don't put things in their nose. So as well as pain relief, we flushed Joey's stomach with cola several times a day to dissolve the solid. Now, they didn't say what brand of cola it was, but so there's no sponsorship deal.
Jolt.
We use 6 litres of full sugar cola a day, spread out over 3 treatments for 4 days to soften and dissolve the impactions in his stomach, so the ingester could once again travel through his intestine. So they are using Coca-Cola. Great ad there. That's what happens to Coca-Cola in your stomach.
In other words, if you're like wholly addicted to cheese, drink Coca-Cola to make sure you can still pass it through your poo chute. I mean, what?
Yeah, I mean, basically the cola acted like a drain
Drano.
cleaner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So he eats his way at the firm matter and eventually softens it to a point where it can pass.
Wow.
So if you're fecally compacted, drink lots of Coke.
Fecally compacted.
You'd have to do an enema, a Coca-Cola enema.
We should make a movie out of that.
But they do say that cola should never be given to healthy donkeys or without being administered by a qualified vet or even to a qualified vet. Never administer cola to a qualified vet.
Yeah.
And if you're never give them cola, but plenty of coke and heroin is perfectly fine. Don't worry.
Yeah, crystal methamphetamine, all good.
They love it.
Yeah,
can't get enough.
Yeah. So
it's almost like they're addicted to it.
Yeah. So we've reported on big company CEOs and stuff saying stupid crap to justify dumb shit a few times, right? So here we got another one. You remember Samsung taking some real flack over their cameras, not really taking a picture of the moon? Remember this?
Yes.
They would, Well, a Samsung exec has come out and says, there's no real such thing as a real picture anyway. And basically, he's trying to say that everybody, modifies the hell out of them before posting them on social media. So what's the difference? We'll just do it for you and get the job done. I mean, what the hell, man?
Yeah, I was going through my Samsung camera, looking at the photographs of my wedding day. Who are all these people at my wedding?
Exactly. Yeah,
I don't recognize any of them.
Yeah, and why are we on the moon? But yeah, I mean, holy, this guy's right crazy. And he goes on to, make a couple other really stupid remarks too, to try to say that, we're just doing what everybody wants us to. And there's now a bunch of people who are starting to step up and say, no, you know what? This whole industry needs regulation now, because you don't buy a camera to end up with somebody basically downloading an image into it for you and going, look, I did good. It's unbelievable, man. Yeah. It's so funny. And I think it comes down to playing to ego. They're just trying to make you go, wow, look how good a photographer I am with this person's gear. I don't know where Sally went.
It would be like you little kid coming back from school and they go to get their painting that they finger painted in the early days with that crappy horrible poster paint that
it's a Picasso.
The powder paint it always just turns brown no matter when you mix the colors. But instead of that, you can choose an image from Displate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And with the subscription, you can pick from our premium collection. Right,
and we're not being sponsored by them tonight. So just saying.
No, we wouldn't, because you shouldn't hang stupid metal plates with pictures on your wall. Just get a real picture. What is that all about anyway? Why? Why?
I have no idea. No idea.
It makes sense if you're like decorating a garage or something with cars. It's metal, right? But
yeah,
why do you
your Land Rover?
Yeah, you don't hang weapons on the walls for your average teenager, right? That's stupid. What do we got here? Okay, we got a bit more time, so let's see here. I like that picture.
Yes, this is all about the right to bear arms. A Florida lawmaker wants the state to enact a stand your ground style law against the scourge of what he describes as bears that are on crack, kicking people's doors down in the middle of the night. At a hearing last week held by the House Infrastructure Strategies Committee, Republican State Representative Jason Schoaf urged his colleagues to pass House Bill 87, which will allow Floridians to shoot bears if they fear imminent threat of death or serious bodily injury. Now, you'd have thought that would just go without saying.
But how are you supposed to know about their drug habits?
It's the little white or under the nose. He says the bill is not about bears. Our bears are cute and cuddly and are amazing creatures. Those aren't the bears we're talking about in this bill.
What?
We're talking about the ones that are on crack and they break your door down and they're standing in your living room and growling and tearing your house apart.
Was this written by Mel Brooks? I mean, what is this going on here?
I mean, he also comes on to say, if a person approaches you in your carport at night and you shoot them, there's no chance you'd be arrested, he said. But with an animal, you are putting your life, your future in the hands of a wildlife officer and their decision making at the moment. Well, step up a bit.
What?
If just someone walks into your carport, you're allowed to shoot them and you're not going to get arrested.
Yeah. Hey, Fred, can I borrow your hammer? Oh, geez.
I don't care if they're breaking in or they're coming at you with if you shoot someone and kill them, you should get arrested. Okay, the charges may be cleared, but you should still be arrested. You don't just go, oh yeah, whatever, silly idiot coming in here trying to borrow a hammer at this time of night.
Bodies everywhere on Halloween. They were coming up my driveway.
But you're not allowed to shoot a bear unless he's coked up and wanting to borrow a hammer at 2:00 in the morning.
That's so screwed up.
It's screwed up all over the place, that one.
Oh, okay, here.
Are you dumb or something?
That's just ridiculous. Oh my God, what do we got here? Okay, a couple more. Okay, so here we've been talking about like deepfake stuff and whatnot, and the consequences that could come from this. Well, did I find consequences? Holy crap! A Hong Kong firm lost over 25 million after an employee video call was faked by somebody doing a deep fake of the chief financial officer, and he got them to buy or transfer $25 million using a deep fake in a video call. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh my God, right? So,
you got to take your hat off to whoever did that, though.
Oh,
to be honest with you.
Wow, right? Skill. Crazy, But all of this, like Apple, face unlock and so on, is it in, deep trouble? I know they use they have some like distance LiDAR, like weird shit going on to really try to help. But You know, if you can fool people into transferring $25 million, there's got to be some realness to it, right? That's intense, man. That's a lot of freaking money.
Although, from what I heard, the deep faking wasn't too hard because his avatar was just like Kenny from South Park.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The perpetrators just had their children do it, right? Oh, funny. Where are we here? Let's see. And okay. Look at that. Right on. Okay. Poor puppy. This is crazy.
Yes, a group of Coast Guard inspectors were randomly inspecting shipping containers at the port in Houston region last Wednesday when they heard barking and scratching coming from a container high up in the stack. The container was about 25 feet up in the air and had to be lowered by crane before the dog, which rescuers have called Connie, the container dog, could be freed. When we lowered the container, opened the door, the dog popped out. The Coast Guard members gave her water and brought her to the local animal shelter for further care. U.S. Coast Guard officials determined Connie, who was dirty and skinny when she was freed, had been trapped at least 8 days with no food or water. Yeah, they believe that she was destined for a scrapyard. Well, they had basically scrap cars in the container, and they believe that it was going to a scrap recycling centre, possibly abroad, for spares. And if she hadn't been found by the inspectors, they added it would have most likely been another week before the container was would have arrived at its destination by cargo ship, meaning that she'd have been without food or water for 2 weeks.
Wow, I don't think she would have made the full trip.
No. Should be better off floating along on a broken bit of ice.
Yeah.
At least a fisherman will have something to eat.
Yeah. Very much so. There was one thing just before we're done here. King Charles was diagnosed with cancer. Buckingham Palace has announced. So, hope for the best for you there. But his reign might not be the longest if he's,
Yeah, the big C's got the big C.
Yeah, and he's old to be having that fight, right? Yeah.
Poor bugger.
Yeah. So before we go here, before we go here, there's a contest going on in the Shills Discord. Let me get my note over here so I actually get this right. It's I'm not even going to try to pronounce it because I'm doing the letter dance here, but you jump into our Discord server and you go to the contest room and you'll see this. There's 8 days going on it still. And it's coccoletaphobia. Coccoletaphobia. Yeah, good luck. Just try it yourself. It's a fear of chocolate. So the contest is you post a graphic or description of your fear of chocolate. Mine was that dildo dog,
Yeah, I was going to say that's good. Everyone's going to post that.
So you post a graphic of your fear of chocolate. You go into the contest room in our Discord. So again, we'll get the link up for the Discord, and then I think we do like a Nitro giveaway for Discord or is that still what it is? Because there was talk about doing a merch thing, but we got new merch going up. So that's probably not what it is right now. Somebody will figure it out. Somebody will know more than me. But yeah, it's so get in there and do it. And just use one of those AI things or, layer some pictures together. You don't have to be no pro about it. Have fun. South Park submissions are more than welcome.
Yes, just post a picture of Augustus Gloop as he's just about to drown in chocolate in Wonka's factory. There you go. I'm sure he's got a fear of chocolate.
Yeah, good call. And while we're here, we'll give a big shout out and thanks to CF Beauty who runs the teams in the background and so on. And our team today is BME, PJ Net, Shayna Caldwell, Skits Crasher, and Liam Wakefield. So big heart to the team. Thank you all because, it makes it a lot better. We'd never be able to do it without the support people.
And talking about support, thank you everybody who send in super chats, donations and stuff like that, because that really helps support the channel because, Dick's a poor little, He's a low rent, low budget guy, but he's penniless. So anything that helps is great. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because if you have subscribed and you haven't watched the video, then you should have watched your notifications, you silly sod. You should have been here watching us. And if you haven't subscribed, how the hell did you get here? Subscribe right now and just do it. And don't forget to share the video out. Go and go and give it to a fisherman who's just sitting on the ice, ready to float out at sea. But make sure it's a nice big poster so everybody can read it from the helicopter when they're looking for him.
Yeah, stand on the street corner with a sign, make yourself seen. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Stay chilly.
Later.